Ooh, the sun is out and the weather is warm, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are very excited to go out and ride with your friends. So I put together my top 3 tips that every beginner should know for group rides. Check it out. Tip number 1, safety and hand signs. Riding in a group is very different from riding by yourself. You have to keep in mind the safety of not only yourself, but your group mates as well. Often you will see the ride leader or the person in front of you use hand signals to point out key information to the rest of the group. Here are all the basic hand signals that you will need to know. The first one is a left and right turn. So for left turns, just use your left arm and point left. You can also use your left arm to point for right turns. Just bend your arm at a 90-degree angle with your fingers pointing up, or you can use your right arm and point right as well. When you're slowing down to approach a stop sign, place your hand out behind you and just move it up and down just to tell riders that you're slowing down. And when you're coming to a stop, you can place your hand out and open and close your palm, kind of like a flashing red light. When there are hazardous objects on the road, simply point at them to let riders behind you know to watch out for them. When you are passing a slower rider on the left, or there are parked cars on the right hand side and you need to move over to the left, simply gesture your hand behind your back to let riders know to move over to the left and pass. If you see the person in front signal and there are riders behind you, make sure to also signal to relay the message to the riders behind so they can know what is happening up ahead. If you are not comfortable with taking your hands off the handlebars just yet, you can always use your voice to deliver the same message. Make sure to speak loud enough so that the people behind you can hear. When you are near the back and notice a car is coming up, give a shout, "Car back!" to let everyone up front know that a car is approaching so that they can let the car pass. Tip number 2, drafting. In group rides, you get the benefit of drafting behind someone. That means less air resistance and you get to save your energy. However, riding behind someone can be quite intimidating at first because you can't really see what's coming up ahead. I had a few instances where I hit some pretty big bumps or the rider in front of me suddenly dodges and I have to act really fast. So it is quite scary. That is why it is very important to leave a small gap between your front wheel and the back wheel of the person in front of you. Start out with 1 meter distance and gradually decrease that distance once you are more comfortable. I like to keep half a meter's distance away from the person in front of me. This gives me a bit more vision of the road ahead of me, as well as it gives me time to react to any sudden stops or pothole dodges that might occur. When riding, I like to alternate between looking through the person's wheels and legs to get a clear view of the condition of the road and peeping over the shoulder just to scan what's ahead. Remember, never overlap someone's wheel because if they make a sudden move to dodge a hole or something, you are putting yourself and your group at risk of wiping out. Tip number 3, rotations. A group ride works best when everyone is contributing to the group, meaning everyone takes a turn at the front to pull and block the wind. Usually people rotate after 1 or 2 minutes, but it really depends on your group. At some point in the ride, it will be your turn to take a pull at the front. While it might seem very intimidating at first, it is actually quite easy. Just remember to keep the pace steady and remember to call out the alerts and use the hand signals that we learned in tip number 1. Make sure to point out obstacles ahead of time and not last minute, or else you will have some very angry teammates behind you.
You didn't point the pothole!
When it is time to rotate off, let your teammates know by either yelling "rotating" or give an elbow flick if the speeds are higher. While maintaining the same pace, shoulder check over your left to make sure that there are no cars, then slowly move over to the left. Your teammates should pass you, and when you reach the end of the pack, start pedaling a bit and latch on to the last rider. Bonus tip, pick the right group and don't get dropped. You don't want to be that one person that everyone has to wait around for. No one likes that and it slows the whole group down. Okay, I'm just kidding. Of all the rides I've been on, everyone is really friendly and they're all no drop rides. So if you do find yourself falling back behind, don't worry about it. Someone will help you, like pedal along with you, give you food, bring you back up to the group. So yeah, just remember, go out, enjoy the scenery, make new friends, and go have a fun time. That's the purpose of biking, right? So yeah, if you guys found these tips helpful, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time. Happy riding!